And I would not be surprised to see her in an NXT Women's Championship scene in the future. In the very near future.
In the very near future, yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be our kickoff of 2021 is seeing her crowned champion.
Yeah. I also don't think that I don't think any of the women on the losing side really, I don't think they lost anything. They're all the established stars. You know,
except for Shotzi, who's new.
To the
company.
I guess she's new to the company, but she's definitely an established star. And I think as far as people coming in from the indies, she was probably more well-known than most anybody else. I mean, she came in at almost a main event level. I mean giving her a tank and shit.
Yeah, she got the rub with the tank entrance. I mean, you don't need to win a match at that point.
I think she's definitely established to the NXT fans for the most part. But the heels felt like they had something to prove. They were the underdogs. You and I even both said it when we were doing the predictions. We said, this seems very one-sided. There's no way that Team Candice is winning. And I think they did prove themselves. And I think it also helped because Io Shirai is going to need strong challengers going forward. And all of the other than Toni Storm, who I know is an amazing talent, she didn't come off as much to me in here. But otherwise, I think it helped make the heels look strong. Great booking, creative violence, strong performances from all of the wrestlers. This was a great way to start a War Games show.
Yeah. Toni Storm really was kind of just filler in this match, and it felt weird. But
she could do so much more.
We do got to take a moment to talk about Io Shirai and her escapades with trash cans, as she was not allowed to get into the ring and locked out, and then climbed up the outside with a trash can, which is more than most men's wrestlers can do in any Hell in a Cell match.
Right.
And then put the trash can on and did a suicide dive off on everybody below. But more so amazing than that was when Dakota Kai did the super stomp off the top turnbuckle onto the trash can while she was in it, and the fucking trash can crumpled in such a way that she was actually trapped inside of the trash can, and Dakota Kai was like trying to pry it off of her. That to me was awesome.
And she didn't fucking break her legs. When I seen that, I was like, oh shit. I was like, she's out the rest of the match.
I thought so too.
So both of them, I agree with you. I think Kai doing that was amazing. Io Shirai, just when she stood up there, I looked at my son and I was like, that takes fucking balls. She cannot see where she's going. She is 100% relying that everybody in that ring is going to do exactly what they need to do to make sure she doesn't die.
She's the Darby Allin of NXT.
Holy shit.
With his body bag toss.
Oh, so fucking awesome. I will say something right now that I think now's the best time for me to say it, because it does affect the whole match. They had so many weapons in this match, which isn't horrible, but I think every match, God, I think almost didn't every match have fucking weapons in it in one way or the other?
I don't think Ciampa Thatcher did.
Oh, you're right. Ciampa Thatcher.
Well, they're weapons in their own right. We'll get to that.
Right, but the strap match, you had the strap, and then they used things, and the three-way, WWE's rule. It's a three-way, anything goes. I've still never understood why that's a rule. Just because there's three people, there's no rules. I don't get that.
You've never been in a threesome with Vince McMahon.
And and then in the men's War Games, even though a lot of the weapons they used creatively, somewhere they should have knocked it out. It should have either been the men's match only used tables, or the women's match didn't use weapons, or maybe just it just seemed like way too much. I know it's War Games themed pay-per-view, but I was sick of weapons before we even got to the final War Games, so that's not good, I don't think.
Yeah, and I mean, last year it was the same thing. Last year the women's match used the predominance of the weapons, and then the men basically just had tables.
Right.
It's pretty copy and paste.
Which would have been good, but this year the men had a shit ton of weapons. They had chairs and they had kendos, and
there was a couple of chairs, and I don't think there was kendos. There was 2 cricket bats.
They had a cricket bat. Did you ever catch that reference or not?
What reference?
That I messaged you. You got to know what a crumpet is to play cricket?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Those cricket bats were kind of made out of foam, though. I watched them bend.
Yeah, they weren't.
I don't think they're supposed to bend.
It just seemed pointless. But we'll get into that going on. I just wanted to bring that up here. I will say, I gave this match an A+. I think as far as a Wargames match goes, have we seen better? I don't know. Have we seen worse? Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not dismissing anything. I don't think this is the best Wargames ever, but we've had A+ Wargames in the past.
Definitely. I think it was a good match. Like I said, it started off rough, which it's not. I'm not going to give it no A+. It ended really well. The main part of it was good. It was solid, but I'm not going to say it was the best. Yeah.
There you go.
Then we had, holy Christ, Tommaso Ciampa defeating Timothy Thatcher in the only match that didn't really have any kind of stipulation to it. And wow.
They didn't need stipulation.
No.
A stipulation would have hurt this match, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like good, hard-hitting, physical, catch-as-catch, pro wrestling, like I do, if you like to see two guys go in there and wrestle and then two guys go in there and beat each other, Ciampa and Thatcher gave it to us. I mean,
the next person who tells you wrestling's fake, just have them sit down and watch this match, because I don't think there was any fake in it whatsoever.
They went out there and they beat the shit out of each other, Paystee.
They did.
And there was nothing on the line other than bragging rights. It's, I'm a better wrestler than you. That was
technical, lots of ground and just grappling and transitions and being dominant. By the end of this match, I was like, oh my God, Timothy Thatcher is like the second coming of Chris Benoit. Look at him. He's got the face for it, too.
His family.
Well, yeah.
And
gotta learn from your mistakes.
When fucking Ciampa busted open Thatcher's ear with
Dude,
that
almost
fucking
ripped it the
wicked...
fuck off.
Oh, I felt it. That hurt me. I was sitting here and I was like,
the kick?
Oh shit!
Because there was a kick.
I'm pretty sure it was the knee.
Yeah, the knee pad ripped it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the knee. Is what I think it was. But it's just like, you know, that's one of those things. It's like, that's not blading. He didn't cut open his forehead. He got his ear fucking ripped.
It was
halfway
unintentional.
off.
But that's badass on Mick Foley deathmatch in Japan levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And some of the strikes they unloaded on each other, they were so very stiff. I mean, I felt like I was watching a New Japan Strong Style match. I felt like this was for the Never Openweight Championship, Paystee.
Yes. No, this was amazing. I think it brought out a side of Ciampa that I haven't really seen, and it really introduced me to who Timothy Thatcher is, and I'll be watching him closely going forward. But seriously, let him use the crossface. Give him the crossface.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I understand not letting him. I do understand it. But I also say...
Sasha Banks can use it.
Let him. I know. But yeah, I've been a huge Thatcher fan since he started because I feel like, because he's going to bring that technical wrestling that I absolutely love into the game. This was a realistic wrestling match. It looked like it hurt. Like I said,
anybody tells you wrestling's a fake, you have them watch this match and tell you where the fake is.
Yeah, and Ciampa, he sees the opening, and the ending was cool with the nod from Ciampa to Thatcher, but then Thatcher kind of made it look like this might not be over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was like that. It felt very Ring of Honor in that.
I would be down for a part 2 of this match, and
I would.
More than that, I want to see Thatcher versus Daniel Bryan.
That would be awesome. I would love to see I'd love to see this match again in maybe a submissions or I Quit match.
Yes.
But if it's an I Quit match, I don't want it to be an I Quit match where you bring out all the weapons and cheese graters and that. Right, I want it to be keep using the holds and keep busting each other with your forearms and stomping on their jaws. That kind of I Quit match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved this. I gave it an A-.
We need an NXT Pure Championship.
God, wouldn't that be awesome?
Then we had Well, I suppose I introduced the last one. You go right ahead.
That's all right. We got a strap match. We got Dexter Lumis.
An excuse for I don't know that I'd call this a strap match.
Oh, well, it was a strap match. It was Dexter Lumis versus Cameron Grimes. You know, they did the typical beats of a strap match. It wasn't.
Is it typical beats to say, "Oh, we're not using that strap. We're using this one"? That was stupid, and I didn't get it. Other than it gave Grimes a second to get on top in the beginning.
And you know, and it's maybe because I'm an old school guy, I like the four corners strap match personally.
Yeah.
But because you have to not only do you have to incapacitate your opponent, but then you literally have to physically move their dead weight also, and I've always liked that. This, you know, Dexter Lumis, anybody who watched Samuel Shaw in Impact Wrestling knows his character work is great, but this match just failed to deliver at the level of an NXT Takeover match, Paystee.
Yeah, no, I did not get like a precise precision killer out of him in this match. I didn't get that vibe whatsoever. He got his ass kicked for most of it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Grimes busted his ass to help make this more than your regular old tired gimmick match, but this match really, I wanted it to be so good, but it just fell flat for me. This was all about Lumis, though. I give them that. They had an idea where they were going. It just failed to deliver with what it should have, I think. I could see where they wanted to take me. They just didn't bring me all the way there, is the way I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. It was fairly lackluster. It didn't make sense for a Wargames takeover. I guess maybe a regular takeover it might have done better, but even still, this didn't feel like a takeover caliber match. Period. No.
And it's a shame because honestly, Cameron Grimes, I mean, I think if at any moment Triple H lets him, he can be a main eventer in NXT. Oh, yeah. He is so amazing. He's awesome.
Don't let him go to the main roster.
And I'm hoping that Dexter Lumis benefits from this win and moves on to a different program that maybe works with his character more. This didn't do it for me. Grade C I gave it. It didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Maybe on a lesser show it would seem better, but no. There was a lot of good stuff on this show.
Well, you gotta have a bit of a lull before a peak. And that brings us into the next match, which was your 3-way North American Championship match. Seeing my pick, Gargleanus, defeating Damian Priest and Leon Ruff. You know, I quite liked this match. It was a match where each character had their individual role, and they played it to a T. Johnny Gargano being the maniacal brains, Damian Priest being the power, and Leon Ruff being incredible speed. You know, for a small guy who would normally come off as a joke like Marco Stunt or Cheeseburger, I think Leon Ruff was a little bit easier to take seriously because of how quick and quick-witted he was.
Yeah, I didn't see it the same way you did. I thought they made Leon Ruff look weak, and I thought that's really bad being as he was the champion coming in. He didn't get much offense at all. And I know you're against Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano, but in a triple threat match, throw the guy a bone. He should be able to pick up some shit here and there. And the fact that he trusted, Johnny Gargano, the evil Johnny Gargano, and gave his trust into him when they double-teamed Damian Priest, and then Gargano turned on him, and Ruff was, totally shocked. How dumb did that? To me, that made him look dumb.
Yeah, he shouldn't have looked shocked. Definitely not.
Exactly. I think this match, I thought the opposite of you. I thought it buried Leon Ruff.
They booked this, though, like how a fan like me would look at it, You're looking at the card for the night. Oh, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, and Leon Ruff. I'm not sure who Leon Ruff is. I guess this is more about Johnny Gargano and Damian Priest. And that's the way it came off to me, Leon Ruff is he's your chinless James Ellsworth,
But that only works if he's not the champion going in. Your champion shouldn't play that character. Even an underdog champion shouldn't play that character.
But you saw the the lead into it. He got the championship because Damian Priest helped him. You know, it's the
Yeah.
same thing with Dean Ambrose, and I guess Ellsworth never won the championship off of AJ Styles, but
And Ellsworth was never meant to be a credible wrestler.